Shalom, everyone. There has been a debate among social scientists for a long time over what has more influence, nature or nurture. Our genes, our DNA makeup, or the way that we're raised, the culture we're raised in, the society, the generation. What has more influence? But when you really think about it, both of them, even though we talk about them as being opposites, are really on the same side of the coin. They're both influenced. It's very clear that we have influences from family, peer group, society, culture, and we also are tremendously influenced by our genetic makeup. But in a certain way, in Jewish thought, both of these are called Teva Rishon, our first nature. In other words, when we reach, let's say, puberty, we're already have been so influenced in so many ways that this is what's called our first nature. And it runs very, very deep in every person. In Jewish thought, there is what's called Teva Sheni, our second nature. What is our second nature? Since we all have a first nature, we have influences from nature and nurture. But does that mean that we're stuck with those influences and the way that they have molded us? We know that from psychology that, of course, we can all change, but these influences run so deep we don't even realize it. Our unconscious, our subconscious are so programmed by the way that we are raised and the effect of our genetic code that many people don't ever change. They are, in a certain way, stuck in their first nature. But we are encouraged not to destroy or belittle our first nature or ignore it. We can't ignore it. It's so part of who we are. But there's such an emphasis in Jewish thought on what's called tikkun, rectification. Not only rectification of the outer world, but maybe even more so our inner world. And each person needs to refine their first nature and to direct it and to uplift it, and at times to even be able to change our first nature. So our numerical gem is the numerical value of Teva Sheni, second nature, equals Emet, 441, truth. Emet equals truth. So many people would say, my first nature is my truth. That's who I am. Like it or lump it. Like, deal with it. This is who I am. I don't need to change. You just have to adjust to who I am. That is considered a very superficial way to go through life. None of us are perfect. In fact, we're far from perfect. Every person has tremendous good. Our first nature can be full of goodness and talents and potential. But the question is what we do with it. Someone could have tremendous musical potential, but if they don't practice, if they don't apply themselves, so that talent will mostly go unrealized. So all of us, in many, many, many different ways, have to work on our first nature and to turn it into our second nature. That is our truth. That is our true being. We might think, well, the way I am, the way I was brought up, the way my parents gave me my genetic code, that is who I am. And in great measure, it is true. But to stop there is not the true person that each and every one of us can be. We need to develop ourselves, to refine and rectify and direct and add to. And that's called our truth. One of the most hidden names of God, which is only revealed one time in the Torah, at the burning bush, when Moshe asks, when I go back to Egypt like you want me to, who should I tell them sent me? And God reveals a name that's never repeated again in the entire Tanakh, in the whole Bible. And that is, in English, I will be that which I will be. Ekia asher ekia. Now, I will be in Hebrew is the 4 letters, Aleph, Hey, Yud, and Hey. And they equal 21. This name has this name twice. I will be that I will be. Ekia asher ekia. So it's brought down that if we multiply I will be times I will be, Ekia asher ekia. Ekia times ekia equals 441. 21 squared, 441 again is emet. And so here we see there's a first I will be. That's our Tava Rishon. That's our first nature. The second one is who we could be when we work on ourselves, when we develop ourselves, when we bring our potential to its fullness. That is 21 times 21, I will be times I will be. That is our true being, our emet. So may we all have the wisdom to understand that we're all a work in progress. And we can always do more inner work in order to bring out more of our true being. May it be so.